Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to more NYChampionships. We are in the NA Qualifier, and we made it through our first series. We saw Digital Chaos take down Root Gaming, and then win all 3 games. But now we got another sweet treat here, Merlini, who is going to be joining me. Sector 5, going to be going toe-to-toe against the Void Boys. Should be good. Is worthy to note, though, and I was, boasting about it before we went to our break. There will be no Pat Soul, unfortunately.
Or Omega Poner.
Very sad because they're both really good, I think. Omega Porn plays a stellar offlane, though I think he might have had to switch positions now that they brought in the King, Snake King now. But Patzel, who's been their tried #1 for quite a while, looks like they're going to have to wait a bit longer. We know that he went to school, did the thing overseas, and then he might make a return to Dota either there or come back after. But I guess with the majors and the team registration, I don't know, all of a sudden he's like, I'm ready to play some more, so... We'll have to see what they're going to be able to bring here. Just based on rosters and early impressions, Merlini, let's get your expert analysis. Who's taking this series? Who's going to be able to come out on top? What do you think, man?
Not today. If I saw them play like last year and I didn't see them play in 2015, I would have thought they're really good. But 2015 was like probably the most disappointing year if you're a Not Today fan. They've been together for a really long time, at least some of their core players. And I don't know what happened in this year. I had them like somewhat at least doing something in the qualifiers, and they just didn't even get far at all.
I had a lot of faith in them, too, for the qualifier, because you got to remember, they actually boot camped in the States in this house for the qualifier. So there's no ping issues whatsoever. They're in the room together. There's no like, oh, we're playing from here and there and there. They were all together, ready to go. You couldn't ask for a better setup. And
not only that, they like almost beat EG to be the qualifier team to the summit.
Yes, you're
like
right.
They were doing really, really well, and then it's just like, I don't know, just utter disaster for their team. So I will still go with them, though, especially with Void Boys having 2 stand-ins.
Well, they're back and reincarnated. Yes, technically they're not today anymore, so we don't have to make that joke again, ever.
Wait, who's Strange?
Who's Strange?
Yeah, Strange and...
Oh, Sector V Strange. Well, let me use my deduction power here. Is Mystico there? Nope, that's Mystico, unless he's gone now.
Well, Mystico's usually the drafter. So the roster that they gave us was Smash, Masoku, Van.
This isn't what they gave us. I think this is what they registered with on, like, the majors site. I mean, technically they don't have to follow those guidelines for this Nanyang Championship, but this is the team I'm fairly confident they actually registered with. Yeah, Mystico, Masoku, Smash, Stinger, and Van, which it looks like pretty much all of them are present with the exception of Mystico. He might have had to step out today. We're not too sure, but... Or it could be Strange. I don't know. The players these days, they change their names like Underwear Merlini. I can't keep up with all of it. So I just say the name I see.
Draft, it's pretty similar to what we saw in the last series. However, Naga Siren has been picked up by Sector V. Is it Sector V or Sector 5?
I heard someone else say Sector 5, and I've been going with it ever since.
But it's Sector V, and then there's a dot. So I think the V is short for something. I don't know what it's short for.
Sector Van.
I don't know. I think I have Masoka on my friends list. Maybe I can ask him.
All right. Well, I'll let you investigate the origins of where... Because I don't think it's a sponsorship either, right? I think it's just like, we're a bunch of ragtag individuals here. We love to play Dota. We're Southern American, and we're going to go ahead and show you what we're made of. But it's not going to be easy against Void Boys. They have Snake King, and normally I'd be like, okay, they're bringing in Snake King. This guy's got a lot of strong experience. He's been around the block. You got to remember, Dignitas, Team Dog, Narvi, the Navi North America. He's been to multiple TIs. And here we find him on Void Boys.
He's a veteran, and he is actually pretty good. It just seems like from what I've heard about him in terms of team environment and chemistry, he is not the best teammate in terms of non-Dota related stuff. So I don't actually know what his the mystique is surrounding him, but he's pretty good. I've encountered him a few times.
Crafty veteran, I like to say.
Yeah, he is. He might have a bad attitude, but he's still a good player.
I wonder if he is going to be playing the off-lane position. I believe that's what he was playing last time he was in the limelight for Navi US.
I think he can play everything. Actually, the role I see him in the least, I think, is carry. But there's so many carry players that it's not that big of a deal if you don't play carry. I'm pretty sure he can. He just doesn't. Yeah. So, going back to the draft, Clockwork, it should have been countered by a Rubik, I feel like, in the series. But I don't know if they didn't have a Rubik player or maybe they just didn't expect Digital Chaos to pick it up every time. But Rubik is a great solution for an early Clockwork pickup. And it was overlooked far too often, I think, in the last draft. And Void Boys wisen up a little bit. And like now you have good counter for him. You can actually kill him.
And they get the Naga on the side of Sector V/5 or whatever. I wonder if this is just going to be a taste of the new meta and your support Naga that we saw shine through. A lot of the European teams pulled it out. Then we see Aoi. Really
You might see like a Naga plus like Undying or something. That is like obnoxious to play against. It is like Tombstone plus Naga Siren Sleep is just seriously ridiculous.
They're one of those duos that's so good together, but then also it could be terrible apart. Naga's typically very nice against Undying. You got the song to help take down something like a Tombstone, but you put them together and it's like, oh yeah.
Well, Naga's just top tier, like top tier support pick in almost any situation, I think. So
gotta know what you're doing though. One bad song,
you
ruin everything.
You
don't know how to. If you don't know how to manipulate your illusions to the best of their ability, you're not like pulling creep waves back, cutting waves, making multiple stacks. Then you don't really get to enjoy her. She's a hero that just has such a high ceiling. If you can take advantage of most of it, then you're good.
Yes, and it's on a really long cooldown, so you can get punished pretty heavily for it. So Stormseer picked up one of Smash's better heroes. We haven't seen a Quap yet today. I don't even think she's been banned. But again, she does not match up well versus Lina, so I can understand why they haven't went to her. But it is pretty good, and with the Naga Siren to back him up, it's especially nice when there's a Lina with Yule always trying to hunt him down.
Big team fight though. Darkseer at the back end of TI was a topic for a lot of teams. They just love that team fight, of course. I always try to think of it as like also his laning stage setup typically does really well when you're putting him against those like melee core kind of matches up that really have to deal with the Ion Shell.
It's also really good versus I think like an initiator like Clockwork who like you hookshot someone and then their team tries to follow up. Like it's just like really good vacuum play potential there. But at the same time, a good Naga Siren will counter like most of what Darkseer has to offer them. And at this point, they don't really have a good hero to deal with the Darkseer. Darkseer Ion Shell. Like generally, you want a safe lane farmer that can deal with that pretty well. Stormseer is actually pretty good, but I suspect he's going to be in the mid lane. And Naga is melee, so she can't really handle the Darkseer. So you want like a Anti-Mage is a very common pickup, but he's been banned out. Bloodseeker is pretty common versus the Darkseer safe lane. Gyrocopter is also very common.
What if we go back for like a Luna again?
Luna's okay, but she has pretty short range, and she doesn't do enough to the creeps early, and she can't tank creeps at a tower. Like a really good Darkseer will be able to creep skip, and without having the melee capability and no stout shield, you can't tank it, and you don't have any sustain. Like Bloodseeker has a sustain, Anti-Mage has the mitigation and the melee factor. Luna has the damage, but no sustain and no melee factor.
This is a wonderful trifecta coming out for Sector 5 that I've seen many a time now. The Clockwork, the Storm, and the AA. That is just a hit and run.
He says Sector V.
Who said that?
Masoku.
Sector V it
so
is.
Or
is it to them Sector B? You gotta remember. Isn't it pronounced B?
I don't
in Spanish. The V is pronounced B, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. It's like a soft...
Or the B is
like
also
a soft
V.
B.
Yeah. Sector B. V.
I'll just call it V. Sector V. He told me Sector V.
I'll just say with my
If you really wanted me to call it Sector B, he could have just texted. He could just messaged me Sector B.
All right, fair enough.
I will not call him Sector 5.
All right, we're done with Sector 5.
The dot threw
Whoever
me off.
said that, then I'm going to call them out. I'm just going. I had to do the research. I was like, okay, I want to make sure I know a little bit about these teams, and they have played before, and that's just what I heard. But Sector, anyways, what was going on about Sector V? You get this hit and run group set up right now. They get spotted out. Hook shot leads in Clockwork. Easy AA Ice Blast. Storm Spirit is able to easily jump in there. Just huge mobility coming out between both the Clock and the Storm Spirit. And AA is just kind of, seriously the icing on the cake to help seal it out with an Ice Blast. So huge global mobility presence for them already, just between those three alone.
The Quap band out is very strange because if you're Void Boys, you're slightly concerned about your late game right now. Your team fight's really good. You have pretty good anti-BKB and you have pretty good lanes, but you're really liking late game. Yeah. So, like, a Queen of Pain would have... It's good. It can lane versus the Clockwork, but it just means your late game is really, really weak. So that means that Sector V is... I don't know. They're not concerned about the late game, apparently, but which is pretty strange because they don't have last pick. So a lot of the popular carries have been banned now. AM, PL, Gyro. Again,
Jug, maybe? It's like one of those other carries you
Jug's
kind of pull
okay.
out one
Jugs hasn't been very popular versus Lina at all, though, just because of the nuke.
I'm thinking for Jug, I still think it's for the Void Boys. Maybe they need to pick it up for their late game, yeah.
But what about for Sector V, though?
For Sector V, though, for their late game potential here, maybe someone to add a bit more of that ability.
Lifesteal.
Don't do that. I mean, they have Storm Spirit and Clockwork. Ember Spirit. How could we forget? Good old Ember Spirit.
Well, we didn't know whether Storm Spirit is going Safe Lane versus Dark Hero or not. Ember Spirit is...
Well, this is a Smash hero, and Storm is not.
Yeah,
so
I'm pretty sure
it makes
Smash
sense
is...
now.
I'm pretty sure Storm Spirit is going to go Safe Lane because it's much better versus Dark Hero.
Yeah, and of course we got to factor in with the new stand-in / who Strange is and what he plays and what their hero pool is. Of course, things might just kind of change on the fly. So it's going to be the Spirit Brothers here between Sector 5.
I forgot Ember Spirit was really good against Lina because Lina can't catch you in a combo. It's almost impossible unless you have a Hex or an Orchid.
Can go both ways, though. I'm going to make the argument that Lina, who typically does get a Yules, is very nice against a Flame Guard on Ember Spirit.
But like he can just slide a fist dodge the stun all the time. And
should slide a fish dodge.
Or even if he doesn't, he can just ult. So like a well-played Ember Spirit will almost never get caught out by Lina, which is just a big hassle because one of the strengths about Lina is she can pick anyone off anywhere.
Yeah.
At least on Sector V's lineup, but everyone except for the Ember Spirit in this particular case.
It would have been nice if Void Boys had a bit more on like the silence department to kind of be able to contain
carry silence.
Ember Spirit. Oh, Dragon Knight. Bit siege heavy here a little
bit.
Wait,
what is? What's their safe lane then?
What's Shanks Rubik support duo, safe lane solo Lina, or are they going to put Darkseer maybe as a solo safe to match up against the Clockwork and throw an aggro in there?
I guess it might be like EG style safe lane Lina. That's not that unusual, but it's really unusual because they have really crap late game and Sector V's their cores they're good early. Like Storm Spirit and Ember Spirit can fight really well early. Generally, when you pick a Dragon Knight, you know that the opponent has something weak, like a Spectre who can't deal with a push. But these two heroes are actually really good at dealing with that. So I like Sector V's lineup a lot more.
I would certainly have to agree with that, especially when the mid game rolls around. As long as they get what they want between the Clock, Storm, and even an AA to add on top, it shouldn't be too much trouble. And if it gets a bit crazy, they always have the Naga there for the sleep to kind of just disperse, regroup, and it could lead to a wasted Darkseer wall at that point.
The AA pickup was really smart though, because like you really can't push into that like as Void Boys. Like you're gonna get harassed with Sleight of Fist and Searing Chains, and like if anyone gets kind of low, they'll just storm zip after the
Snake King is pumped up and ready to go. Look at that Darkseer pose. Let's do it. That's what I'm seeing right there. But with these new rosters does come new play styles, so it does,
So Snake King is offlaner?
Yeah. So he's gonna stick with the offlane here. Our one of our new guests here, which Getovas 2. What would you say?
Getovas.
I don't know. Could be.
Come G-Stew.
He's sporting the amazing Dragon Knight set. We had to lead him with a pause, apparently, like you do at times. I mean, we were spoiled by TI and all of its non-hiccups along the way, and now we get to BS our way through pauses as it goes. Shanks is actually on the Void Boys substitution list right now, registered. So I guess it's not surprising to see him step in, playing that support role. And then whatever seems to be one of their newer faces as well to fill the void of where Omega Poner has stepped out. So this is definitely not the original registered Void Boys lineup, but they're going to have to make do with this. And they better hope that they can hold strong because, got to remember, it's a single elimination. You lose this series, you don't have another chance of making it to the NYChampionships. $200,000, may I remind you, up for grabs, and that is before the crowd-funded percentage added or whatever. So a lot of money on the line. Should be a good time. And here we go. Immediate smoke. It's time.
Whoa.
These guys don't kid around, man.
Their first blood is not good either. I guess maybe they have like net into
Cold Feet.
Or
right?
No.
What? What do you mean no? That's locked down in a free
you
Cold
get the
Feet.
Damage from Chilling Touch.
Oh, I mean, yeah,
5 heroes with Chilling Touch is ridiculous. And they have Searing Chains for lockdown.
Yeah, that is.
Cold Feet is crap. Cold Feet is like I sometimes just don't even skill it and just get stats instead. It's that bad.
Well, I mean, there is some synergy, Merlini. A cog wall block, the net could help a land Cold Feet, but you're right. You're absolutely right. You're talking about 50 bonus damage for every hit. It's 3 hits per person, and 1, 2, 3 math later is a ton of damage they can dish
Void
out.
Boys didn't even contest bottom rune at all. That's pretty surprising. Usually you'll see one hero contest bottom, and then everyone else goes top. Or, it's usually a 1-4 split or a 2-3 split. Almost never a 5-0, but both teams are actually doing the 5-0 split.
Void Boys are just frantically pinging, can you guys take it easy down here? I mean, they anticipate that some trouble's coming that way. They see that there's no one across the river, so they just assume that they probably moved through the bottom lane, which they did.
Void Boys
invaded and planted a couple of wards here. Look how deep this ward they put. Even one behind the mid lane tower even.
I guess they want to see Shaker's rotation. Because
maybe a courier snipe? I don't think anyone can even do it, no. So it's just to see if maybe Shaker's waiting behind or not.
Okay, so
interesting start. So no smoke, not going to come out of it. No first blood. Each team will trade their rune, and we will get our lanes set up here. Smash is going to be playing your Ember. Get some help here from Mr. Kudai Fangay. He's going to be playing your Naga Siren to help block him out. Masoku's
pull him a tango. There you go. They pulled him 2 tangos. He didn't have any at the start.
That a boy.
Oh, the melee on melee matchup. That's rare.
In the mid lane,
Yeah.
We are sword duelers here.
Oh, easy.
Well, who has a better matchup? Flame Guard certainly does work, but you got Dragon's Blood on the side of the Dragon Knight.
I would say it's pretty even. I think Dragon Knight has the more spammable spell, but Smash has higher base damage. So it's, you know.
I would anticipate, though, we're probably not going to see a lot of actions mid lane unless something goes horribly wrong and one of them
Smash
gets picked out.
I think Smash has kill potential on Dragon Knight. The Dragon Knight does not have kill potential, at least not on one-on-one.
We'll see if that happens here. There is also possible kill potential in this top lane as Snaking does overextend. Yes, he may have Surge now, but one swift net, and he could be in trouble here. So.
I don't even think they can kill him with a net. They have to like net him while he surged in order to get a kill.
It's going to be tricky. Pull through happening on the bottom, whatever. Trying his best to keep the creep wave back. Obviously, Mr. Strange, you know this is happening. Comes close.
I like the Storm's build. He went for a Soul Ring recipe first because when you're versus Darkseer, you need to constantly have mana to try and deal with these Ion Shell creeps. Oh, Snaking the king. Oh, can they do it?
Surge net. You said it would be hard, Merlini. I don't know if they'll be able to get him on this go, but they're certainly going to try. Got him. He's down. Van is going to be picking up your first blood on the Storm Spirit. Couldn't ask for a better first blood.
It's supposed to be hard.
But, yeah, Snake King just goes a bit too deep. Very hungry to try to leech or maybe pull that big stack towards the lane. Either way, he's just a bit too far. Even with the surge out there at the end, it's not going to be enough to get away from that pesky net.
The only way you can do that is if you think Naga Siren isn't going to hit you with a net, which is, you know, probably unlikely at this level of play. Or she skills Riptide first, which she did not. So maybe he thought that he skilled Riptide. I think that's probably one of the better explanations that I can go for because, like, Chilling Touch does a lot of damage. Like you don't want to walk into that spell.
Nope. Bottom lane though pushed very heavy towards the side of Sector B. Very nice for Strange here on his clock. So he's already up to level 3. Poking had some good CS. Sidesteps the LSA. He's up to 6-1. Not too shabby. I mean, you compare that to the other side. Snake King, who even has the benefit of Ion Shell, still only 2-0 and level 2. Are we going to be seeing the Darkseer go to the jungle at this point? Looks like it, but he's also walking through a ward. So they know that no one's top at all.
Oh, that's actually probably a good reason why, too.
They're going to see this, and I mean, maybe Masoko could even head off elsewhere.
Yeah, well, they're also doing this big stack. Do you see the stack that they have? I mean, they're able to farm up a lot in the safe lane because of this. It's, I would say, better than having a lane ward, just because once you kill him once, like, he can't really come up. He has to hide to get experience. But if you know he's in the jungle, or if you don't see him with that ward, you know he's hiding. And if you see him, obviously, he's over there too, so your supports can do whatever.
I agree. This is a great ward, but the thing is how often are you going to be able to get this ward down? They were blessed with the opportunity to smoke go bottom, and no one was there at all, so they're just like, we'll just roll deep and
well, I mean, that's why they did the smoke. They're like, okay, well, if we don't get a kill, we can get some deep wards in.
That's true.
So,
very true. And with this bit of extra vision, they'll have exactly the know-how to see what Snake King's up to here. Still a continued bit of the same. They make their pull-through happen. Strange is going to contest it. He's still going to get a bit on his clockwork here. Mid lane, they kind of go toe-to-toe. The CS matchup where you have your Dragon Knight at 9-6, Smash at 10-5. So relatively neck and neck. Nothing too crazy. Poor man's shield, even the early pickup here for your Ember. But
the bad thing for Void Boys is that, like, Darkseer is going to have a really hard time recovering because he's always going to be threatened to have a stack stolen by Ember and Storm because they're much bigger than him right now. He's level 2. He's freshly level 2. So 6 out of 300 experience, and you have a level 3, almost 4 Storm Spirit, and a level 4 Ember. So if they see like a 3 stack, they just contest the Darkseer, especially with that deep ward. Just like, okay, well, I have a level 3 Flame Guard. What are you going to do about it?
You're right.
Or I have Storm Spirit with, you know, my Remnant and Overload procs, and I can just take all your stacks and be super rich. And then Darkseer is just pretty much useless for the rest of the game because he's just going to get picked on by Clock without any items. So, like, I like Sector V's game plan.
I mean, yeah, they step in, they plant a great ward, they move out with a smoke immediately. We feel like they have the more favorable draft. They clearly have eaten their Wheaties. They're ready to play this game. Void Boys coming to this, they are sporting a lot of stand-ins. It's not their traditional roster they want to roll with here. So, you know, this could be a bit of a momentum push already for the Sector V squad.
And Snake King gets Mud Golems.
Oh, boy. That was my best Snake King right there. So he's got to work with that. Maybe he can make the stacks on the side, but that takes away a bit. Dragon Knight's not going to be venturing anywhere. He's just looking to hang tough and hope that maybe Smash gets frisky to go elsewhere and he can make a push onto the tier 1 tower, but I don't really foresee that happening whatsoever.
But Sector V has to make good use of the information that Darkseer is in the jungle.
Yeah.
Like again, if they know that he has stacks, they can contest it with Ember and Storm. If he's like slowly jungling, they need to get levels on their supports in response. So it's either one of those two choices that they have to make right now. And also, does Storm want to push a tower? That's also something of concern. He can just use Soul Ring every creep wave and push out the wave into the tower. I don't think he's going to get a Basilius because you don't see that often from safe lane Storms, although you do see it on other safe lane heroes if they want to take the tower. But I don't think that would actually be that bad for them either.
All right, looks like we're going to get back and underway here. Right on. Beautiful stuff. Van continues to farm up here on his Storm Spirit. We're getting ready to push to level 4. And as you pointed out, he's already going to go right for that Soul Ring build-up. We'll see if he adventures straight towards the Bloodstorm or if Orchid.
Strange gets stunned out on bottom. He gets lifted into a Light Strike array, into a fissure, and down he goes.
Interesting.
Flying too close
he wants
to the sun.
he wants to come over and contest these pulls. And just by deduction and having this ward mid lane, you know that those supports are still going to be around.
He's not respecting the Rubik, man. I'm telling you, Rubik is just incredibly initiating on the Clockwork. And they also coordinated very well on that. They stunned before he was able to get off a cog block.
Strange is back. He's got Tranquils now. And he's just going to try to pull the aggro as much as possible towards this tower. However, he does not have mana for this lift to go around. And he's not going to be able to stop him a whole lot. So he gets the creep wave on the tower. He'll continue to farm up. It's good for him. Unfortunate that they did have to hand it over. So 1-1 as we even this game out. I was going to say Orchid, but then again, Fly probably going to be building, I'd assume, on his Lina into an early Eul's. So it'll be a bit sticky on that front. Maybe that's where you consider a Bloodstone first and foremost for Van, who is eating way too many tower shots right now. We'll step back and salve up, it looks like. But look at this.
Oh,
because they know Darkseer is missing in action, they're just going to make a quick push on this tier 1. They might be able to get it quick.
That's a good move. You know, having free farm in your safe lane is nice and all, but Darkseer is getting free farm in the jungle. So the best way to counter this is to get even more free farm, which is being able to farm the jungle, farm the tower, and farm aggressively closer to T2, so it's easier for you to rotate and backstab mid and to limit the farm. And again, I like this play a lot from Sector V. It might not sound like that big of a deal, the decision to go for the tower, but it really opens up what you can do. And it is not that important of a tower, but the gold influx is also really nice, and they can stack a lot for Nagasara.
You know, it's them all the way through. Even for your little supports, it means they can get that next set of wards. It means that they can secure boots for yourself. You know, a wand even. Every little bit helps, and you get pushed that much further ahead than the opposing team supports.
Yeah, but they're playing super greedily on top. Like AA is level 4, around level final 5 minutes, and that's about the same that Aoi was last game. So you know they're getting
more mid lane push onto DK here. It forces out the rotation from Shanks, who's going to land out the fissure. They can't follow through with it, and a simple salve is going to be popped up here to get him right back into the rhythm.
But this is good. You know, they're pressuring top, they're pressuring mid. Clockwork has to keep the supports occupied on bottom lane, and they're doing the jungle. So, again,
the map is theirs.
The map is theirs.
They're getting everything that they would want from top to bottom at this point, and it's going to be more pressure here on the Void Boys to try to pull it out. But when you really look at their lineup, what is it going to be that they're going to be able to pull back with?
Again, we see this like Shaker that just hasn't been very useful. Like he's trying to leech, but like his time is limited because of the Clockwork. Like he's going to be super underfarmed, and you know you have to question whether or not he's going to be able to get a blink at this point in the game because of all the ways that they can jump him. Like they have such incredible catch from Sector V, and even if he does get a blink dagger, they could just halt his Echo Slam with a Naga Siren ultimate, and then just re-engage on him. So I don't exactly value the Earthshaker as much as a lot of these other teams have, and I mean, if you're like a super badass Earthshaker and you can like fissure block mid constantly and let your mid snowball out of control, then that's a different story. But as far as what's been happening for Earthshakers, they've just like been like super leeching to the point where it's just not a useful pick.
Does look like Void Boys do want to respond with a tower of their own. They're going to use their first Dragon form here on the bottom lane, trying to poke out as much damage as possible to get it down to half life here, and then have to step back. Smash and Mr. Fangay.
Yep, he's in the ward vision though. So
I don't think they'll be able to get what they want done. And look at this rotation. DK heads back to mid lane with the remainder of his Dragon Knight form here, and he'll just go ahead and burst down the creeps. A bit all over the place, but Sector V back on the move here, Merlini. They smoke up and they're heading bottom.
I think they saw the in. Oh, didn't he have an invis? Oh, I guess that was earlier. Well, they feel safe.
Fly is doing a pool camp. They don't know it. Oh, they go north here. They're going to turn the corner and sees Mr. Snake King.
You know what? He actually got boned by the mud golems. If there weren't mud golems, I think their smoke would have expired. Mud golems, man, that
took him a little too long.
It really did.
Oh,
like if it were satyrs, he would have killed it a long time ago. But it was mud golem, so he's there for like a lot longer than he needs to be, and then he dies.
Mud golems, secret sector V MVPs for the early start of this one.
Yeah,
gonna help with that kill. Snake King goes down.
He's level 6 though, so he's done okay. But look at Storm CS, 64. That is almost double the next highest.
That's almost yeah. He's working with the jungle, but perfect CS game for him so far, and he's just looking pretty stellar. It is going to be a Bloodstone. Got that point booster, yep.
Van does play a pretty nice Storm, though.
He plays a great Storm. He plays a great Slark as well. Slark isn't really the flavor now, but I've witnessed many a game from the old Not Today squad where Van has pulled it back, whether a Morph, a Slark, and now a Storm.
Why is Lena's CS not similar to the Storms? That is my biggest question. Because she's 1-0. I mean, Clockwork can do something. Like, he can pull the creeps back, but he shouldn't be able to contest Lena's farm. And if it were like 50, I probably wouldn't comment on it, but it's like astoundingly low. It's lower than, let's like half what it should be. Maybe not half. Maybe like, oh god, he gets initiated on. He gets hook shot by Strange on the bottom lane.
Ice Blast even coming in as a bit of a hate. It's also going to connect on the Rubik here. They step back, but Strange is like, let's re-engage here. I got Battery Assault going. Snake King's here, does have the wall. Not looking to pull it out quite yet. But that's the start of it, Merlini. You got your Ice Blast ready to go, Hook Shot's ready to go, and Storm Spirit, we already know he's got the farm to be ready to play anytime. I think that this is when Sector V can really go out of control.
Yeah, we talked about Lena like having a Yules, how that's really good versus Ember Spirit, and how it can potentially counter the Storm Spirit, but like she's not getting a Yules anytime soon. She doesn't even have her Staff of Wizardry yet. I think she's just about to buy it.
Here it is, mid lane, Ice Blast, Smash moves in, gets the chains, and that Dragon's Blood is not going to be happening. It's all clotted up, and now he's dead. Shanks comes in and could hand over another freebie. He goes down, double kill for Van. Smash eats up the Laguna and just shrugs it off and walks away. Oh, they turn it up already. 2-0.
Yeah.
Mid lane jump.
They're converting their farm into kills, into map control, into presence around the map. They get both 10-minute runes. The tower is down top. Like Void Boys is probably pretty darn scared to farm their own jungle, which they should be. Staking's like running away, and this game is slowly but surely getting out of hand. And Void Boys, they have to do something fast. Like ideally, your Lena would have Yules around this time, and she can start getting solo picks to ease the pressure off the other lanes. But she's still struggling to farm like 3 of her 4 pieces. Masoku with a very deep foray into the enemy lines. Hashtag the king.
Mid lane Smash though, not to get caught out easy. Remnant away after the fissure. Snake King needs to kind of recuperate. And
but look, they're just sitting 5-man mid, and they're scared to death.
It's clear that's like, we need to take towers. Let's use our DK. Get them to take towers, and then we'll have money. And then if win money, I'll have Yules, right? That works, but it's not so easy.
DK's not a one-man wrecking ball. He needs a support crew behind him. He needs like a pretty high-level clock or Rubik, or like a really fast-fingered Rubik that can lift after like a hook shot in. But no one can really feel safe because of the Storm Spirit, who almost has a Bloodstone, and like he can kill any of these heroes. Like who can free farm against him?
Uh-oh. Already on bottom. Strange moves in, gets a good hook shot connection on the Snake King, who's going to be forced to Ion Shell and wall drop here. Can he man up on this? He can, it looks like. Oh, right before the fissure comes out from Shanks, there's a song combo breaker from Mr. Fangay as he will TP away, and so will Strange. Whew, just in the nick of time.
Yeah, they're getting nothing.
Rubik dies. Ember Spirit just kind of walks past him, and his aura of handsomeness from Smash was able to burn him apart. Rubik goes down, makes it now 6-1.
Beauty hurts.
That
Okay,
flame
Van.
burned just so much.
Is Fly going to show himself? Is Fly visible with that ward? No, he's definitely not. But if he shows himself, he's gonna get nailed.
He's creeping in, but it looks like Sector V are already on the way out. But I don't think it's too late for them to turn around, and they do. I mean, look at that. It's a Fly Laguna. They give him, and he goes. Because they're going to get help from whatever they are. They're going to get the lift pull back, and Fly is going to try to get him down. They get it. Okay, good position there from whatever. Coaxes in a jump from your Storm Spirit, and he's going to get punished.
They didn't even have the blast up. If they had the blast up, it would have been super easy. But very nice positioning from the Rubik right there, baiting him out. Oh, do they get the rune?
Oh, they got Fly, though, and he's dead. Oh, man.
Oh, he thought he was catching a break right there. And they know they have a ward, but they don't know where it is. He tries to because they saw him coming. They shot the AAA blast before they even saw him. So they knew he was on his way there. So by that reason, they have him reserve a ward, but not where they think it is. This is actually the same place that Aoi placed a ward last game.
It's super unique. They got that ward there. They have a nice little ward right at the cross point here near the Ancient Camp, and we saw that first ward of the game behind the Tier 1. These guys are
Smash going crazy on the bottom lane.
Crazy dead here in a moment, trying to walk through the wall. Big vacuum from Snake King will pull them back. But can they run out with their lives? Well, Strange can. He's going to get locked down from the fissure. Help. Smash is able to make it away, however. Him and Mr. Kudai is able to make it out barely alive. Ice Blast to fly in. Does not quite connect, but Vance still wants to commit here on the DK, who's going to dish out the stun fire blast, and they realize maybe we can get him. Iron Shell's doing good work, but now they have to step back lots of damage.
If that AA blast hit, 2 heroes are dead.
It would have been, yeah. Easy snaps right there, but it's not going to be happening. Unfortunately, just right off the mark.
Wow, Storm Spirit's Bloodstone got delayed a lot. He had the same items, I think, 2.5 minutes ago. He was like close to just getting balling out of control, but now he's just slightly out of control.
They wanted that Tier 1. This Ice Blast might connect. Boom! It gets 3 on the back end. Snake King looks pretty nice. They want to go for him, but their hook is going to connect on the whatever instead. There's an easy little Rubik grab they wanted, but no! They end up losing out the clockwork. Whatever will end up going down. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but obviously, again, not as profitable as Sector V had wanted there. They have mobility, but they couldn't get there quite quick enough. Maybe if Void Boys had kind of lingered around. Man, Smash is a player. He just goes right in for Snake King and will burn him down, and it will hand over his own life. Oh, the song came out again, but this time it wasn't going to matter.
He got burned down.
He got burned hard.
The DK is proving to be somewhat of a big issue because they can't actually kill him, and he's just there to stun whoever.
Soku just throwing out snowballs left, right, and center, man. Feels like it's only got a 20-second cooldown at this rate.
He's gonna let him steal it. Oh, he's smart. He dropped an Icy Vortex close to the tower, so he's gonna steal it.
Uh-oh. Fly is getting solo picked right here. Styling all over him. His man easily sidestepped the LSA, and well, I don't even know if that stun would have hit, but he does ball lightning that anyways, and will make it out. Good solo pick for him. Fly goes down, and the delay of the Yules continues.
Oh, they might go for a kill in mid. They're going for a surge initiate, probably.
Oh, there's a ward. There's a ward. They get it. Take it down. And the opportunity might be gone now here for Void Boys. Nearby help and Strange, who does have a hook shot ready to go. This could just as easily be turned around. Vound is also showing up and bottling up.
Oh, Snake King, he's peeking up the hill.
He shows himself here. I don't know. They're taking a bit too long. Sector V could throw something together here in time, but there's the surge charge, and he turns his tail around and not going to find the target.
They're about to get like blown up by Clockwork plus AA. Like this is a really dangerous position.
Sogu is like running back. He's like, I'm going back for the long one.
Oh wait, they smoked. Strange.
Oh, Strange. He's hustling back. The smoke will break. He's trying to retreat away.
What great positioning by him. Oh my goodness. That's a game saver right there.
Cog stolen.
Unless he gets initiated on again. No. That was really good by him.
Oh, there's that Ice Blast.
Wait, where the...
Right through him, but the blast goes way behind him. Smash is going to be a bit of trouble here. Gets the sleight of fist off, gets the chains, but will go down. Fisher's going to be connecting there from Shanks. That will get the kill.
What was the actual blast?
I was afraid if I followed it, I wouldn't see the fight, so I just let it go. But it definitely landed at least, what, felt like 100 yards behind where the actual fight was taking place.
They needed a hook shot. Smash keeps going in and dying because he thinks he has support. Well, maybe that's why all the Embers get treads instead of bots. He needs more HP. I feel like he needs drums.
I always heard that bots was the way, though. I guess a lot of
it
them
is
really like
if you don't
utilize
die.
it, but yeah, you're right.
But like the Naga sign was a little bit too late on the bottom lane. He got chain stunned with Ion Shell on him. He didn't get any help in the mid lane. Like it's great if you're constantly fighting and dying occasionally, but he's dying a little bit too much for I think to be worthwhile. And he's not spending his gold. He's spending his gold. Oh, here he goes. Kills on Snaking.
Nope. Snaking will be able to waltz away. Due to pressure mid lane, though, they did grab that tier 1 tower after the fight. It fizzled out. Just their first tower for Void Boys, so I'm sure they're going to...
Immediate smoke off the back up at the Yules, but I think they caught it with that Observer Ward that just died.
Well, they are going to get the Yules regardless onto Qualifier here. He does decide to hook shot forward. This Ice Blast will connect. He's really going to be there. He's still holding tough right now. Stolen Cogs and other Cogs going to be mating together here, but the Rubik is going to be dropped. And there is Smash. He's going to get connection.
How did he survive that? How does he have so much HP?
Oh, he's a machine.
Just 1250 HP. He is a
bracer.
That bracer. Dude, he was at 12 HP. Like, he needed every little stat point he could get right there.
Value bracer, man. And well, top lane. Fissure on the Van.
Snaking the King.
Can't do anything. But taking it.
Waiting for AA Blast. It's up in 5.
He's like the quarterback this game. Like, I'm going.
Isn't he the center?
Full deep. Well, I say quarterback because he throws the ball, Merlini.
Oh, I thought you were saying because he calls the plays or starts off the fight.
I guess it makes sense. Now, center would be like Axe because he dunks. That's football, though.
Oh, but
that's basketball.
The person who snaps the ball.
That's, yeah, the center.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
So the quarterback is the other team to catch it?
The quarterback is the guy who follows up after the center makes a play.
Oh, okay. Intercepted, but the follow-up's there.
He snaps the ball. He gives. He passes the ball to Van, and Van, you know.
We're taking this a bit far.
Yeah,
trying to mesh Dota with real sports just is not happening. But here we go. It's still 12-6. A big, fruitful start right now for Sector V. And it does look like Masoku is going to go down the path of Midas, so it means he can rush his Ags. That means that Ice Blast turns into a real pain in the ass as the game does go on, because they'll get a boost of XP.
Okay, it's up again.
Midas.
Let's see where it goes. They're going for a 4-man gank on Smash. And Smash actually pops the smoke while remnanting out. That is...
doesn't seem to deter anyone.
That is awesome.
I don't know.
Oh, they go for the AA Blast on top. Snaking the King.
Smash says see you later, but that's not going to be enough to finish off Snake.
Ooh, I think he thought that the Lino was coming. Like, they can't... I think if they dumped everything...
Well, they're back at mid lane now. They're going to go for this tier 1 tower. Should be easy peasy. Hook shot. Going to be a swing and a miss right there for the DK.
Oh, DK has a blink. That's really bad for Smash. They don't have any protection for him. Oh, he's going to Blast Cannon, bro. Bots into Battle Fury. No drums.
Looks like the drums might come from Clockwork instead, but I agree. This does make him a bit more frail, and that's kind of risky. You're going against a Lina. You're going against an Echo Slam.
It's more the Blink Dragon Stun. The Dragon Knight Stun has been destroying him.
Yeah, he leads off with a big Dragon Stun. There's going to be no Flame Guard, no way to get out. Plenty of lockdown to follow up. It'll be a bit scary here. They better keep up those strong wards so they don't see that coming a bit too late. Van is not going to be getting that rune. You see DK snag it up.
Got the sleight of fist. Easy slight.
Smash will head back.
That looks ridiculous.
What?
Rubik using slight.
Not very useful. Is there really much that's useful though from maybe chains after a
Flame Guard? I think is really good.
Yeah, Flame Guard null stacking together. Wonderful. Never ever get hurt from magic damage. Uh-oh. It actually connects, flies right through whatever, and Snaking, whatever's like, I'm going to go in. No, I'm not. I'm going to pull right back. Follow-up's not going to be there, plus a fissure in the way. Smash will not be caught out. Meanwhile, back at mid lane, Masoku, the sole AA, is happy to kind of get a few pot shots on that tier 1 tower with Strange waiting back in behind. Just a little pressure coming out from all fronts here, Merlini. Nothing too exciting, but it looks like maybe that will change. Void Boys rotating now to the bottom. There's that blink. A Yule's going to be set up. Stun. He's going to be there in time. Smash will go down. And there it is, and the Flame Guard will be stunned.
Where was his slight? That's the strength of Ember Spirit. You got to slight up the Yules so that you don't die.
Oh, big vacuum into the wall here, but the song. Not going to allow a follow-up. An easy eject button out from trouble. And all the meanwhile, Van continues to farm up towards his Orchid now. Almost getting it complete here. Now has it. Holy moly, that is a 22-minute Orchid and Bloodstone set here for Van.
He has to be careful with the sleep TPs. It actually can get interrupted by the fissure from Earthshaker. So if you use the very end of the fissure. But Sector V not really connecting on that many kills. Still, Storm is the big super farmed villain of this game. 1600 HP with Yules, with Orchid and Bloodstone. Oh my goodness.
He's a big boy, without question. And I mean, they have not even really utilized much of that Clockwork AA combo yet. Oh my god, he's jumping in. Goes all the way for this side camp for now.
Clockworks, I think, missed a couple hook shots. He missed that one in mid on the DK.
Okay, smoke from Void Boys. They're not looking to hold back and wait and allow Sector V to continue to farm up and just kind of...
Okay, he has a Remnant out. Like, oh, you just gotta use a slight after you get Yules.
We'll see. Right now, it's just innocent side farm here. And a Snake King showing himself. Maybe they're hoping that Snake King will bait something out, but that's not going to be the case. Smash is already on its way. Continues to farm.
Oh, is he going to do a blind stun? Or is he going to try and
follow it? Oh, is he just behind? They're going to keep... Are they going to keep following?
Wow,
Rocket's going to be there.
What a rocket. Oh, it was just hitting creeper. I thought he actually was looking for the Luna. I was like, dude, that's so next level.
Those flying overhead, and that means they're just going to move it instead right into a tower push using the Dragon form. Bottom lane is going to be split pressure coming in. Advanced looking at his own. He's going to go right for Snake King. Sees him, jumps in, says, I have an Orchid. And he's going to try to finish him off in time. Riptide's going to be there, but Snake King happy to shrug it all up. He's got a Glimmer Cape and a mech, which is not even used, so he's deceptively tanky. Now there's going to be Yules on the fly. Plenty of follow-up coming out. Can they finish up Van in time here? No Laguna going to be used just yet. They get a nice lift. Plenty of lockdown here, and they get him off. No Laguna even necessary for that one. And now they want to get a hold of Mr. Fangay here. There goes DK leading out the front, but boom! Here comes the hook shot from Strange. It's going to lead into a Masoku Ice Blast, and the DK will be the one to crumble here. Holding on barely. Cold Feet keeps him in place. How the hell is he still alive? There he goes. And they get the slide of his kill. It looks like it's going to be a 2-for-1 now. Looking for whatever. Whatever drops his own stolen cogs. Gets off the Fade Bolt trying to retreat. But no! Going to get snipped right there from Smash. And that means it's going to be a 2-for-2 trade all day. Chaos breaks out. Takes a while for Sector V and their troops to show up. But they are here and they are ready to play.
Nagasar's level 11. That's a big deal. They've been lacking a lot of counter engage because... Like the Storm Spirit, he got Yules into a Lina stun, into a Rubik telekinesis, into a DK stun. That's like 7 seconds of lockdown that you really can't get out of yourself. Like you have to be able to dodge the Yules, which is next to impossible. So the counterplay to that is to be able to summon the Siren and then just re-engage with like an AA blast or like a cog or something like that. So they were doing that, but it just was once every 3 minutes. Now it's once every 2 minutes.
Things are continuing to prove to be a bit difficult here for Void Boys.
Sorcerer's getting BKB. I think that's the right choice here.
Yeah. You see already just the amount of lockdown that follows one after the other once they catch that one Yules. Oh, Yules into an LSA, into a freaking lift, into a DK stun.
Alternatively, they could have gotten a Glimmer Cape.
Oh, big jump. Big Ice Blast. Yules for now on the fly, but oh, they get a big turn on the Van. They annihilate him with both an Echo and a Laguna. Fly's going to get the help of the Glimmer Cape, so the Ice Blast is not going to be enough to bring him down. Smash sees whatever come in, but whatever only stolen. The Powerball is going to be able to jump away from trouble. That's a good counter right there for Void Boys. That's cost him a lot. Ooh, almost got smashed there with
Storm
the
was
stun.
super farm, but he's died 3 times, I think, in a row.
Down to 3 charges on his Bloodstain.
Yeah, that's...
You get a nice dual catch, though, onto your Naga. That is the death of her.
So, okay, what they need to do is, A, either farm up BKBs or wait for Naga to be there. And then, secondly, they need to, like, stall when BB is trying to run around as 5. Like, if you know they're running around as 5, all you do is just split push and try and get some good wards up. So they have the good wards up. All they need to do is split push. So.
Bomb lane. Could not get him with the pull.
Missed.
Just see out of the corner of your eye like a mini-map icon go, shoo. I'm like, what the hell's happening here? Committed long jump on the fly is not going to be happening. But it's enough to get him out from the lane and Van back into farming mode.
And then there were 3 Bloodstone charges.
Yep. No, maybe that gets into his head now. Doesn't want to make those kind of big, ambitious jumps, knowing that he could just be jumping into a bit of a trap here. Void Boys have been doing a nice job just kind of being behind each other's backs. So when the jump is there, there's help not too far out. We didn't see a lot of that from last season, but this is working out so far for Void Boys. But it's still Sector V who seem to be claiming the majority of the farm. Smash is pushing out the top, and we know that he has a huge ceiling of potential to take it in the late game.
Well, now they're actually going for 2 BKBs.
It's just so much stun, so much lockdown on Void Boys. I mean, can you really blame them? Rubik, Earthshaker, DK stun, Lina.
You can use Song of the Siren. You can also get a Lotus Orb.
Lotus Orb, yeah. I know you were gonna.
You can also get a Glimmer Cape, which I think like is a pretty viable option to Ancient Apparitions Midas. Glimmer Cape's around the same price, and it would. I mean, Lina does not have a scepter, so you can like save people completely with that. Like, what physical damage do they have? DK went for Blink, so he has no damage. He's going for BKB as well, so he really has no damage.
I agree. I mean, I think Glimmer could have been a good candidate for someone like Naga. AA typically wants to be far north of the Ice Blast, so being close for a Glimmer would be a bit sticky. Maybe
for the Naga Siren. I mean, the mech hasn't really... I mean, did she just pick up? I think so. But the medallion even hasn't been that useful. I think a Glimmer would have worked wonders for the way that they're playing right now. But if they're not going to get Glimmers, they might as well get BKBs.
With BKB does come a bit more life, a touch more damage here and there or whatever, so they'll be fine. Void Boys on the prowl once more.
Yeah, but ideally you don't want to get it. You want to get like damage items.
Well, yeah. Have to
they could have won easily though, I think, with a Glimmer Cape. Like they just go win with Ember or Storm with these glass cannon builds and just do so much damage and get saved by Glimmers. That would have been bonage.
Feels like though they just kind of want to get what they feel is necessary on the heroes. I mean, it's kind of hard not to pass up. If you get a Midas, just like, I got to get Nags on an AA. That just seems sweet. And Naga's like, well, I got this mech. Now Arcane, Guardian Grace seems pretty swell.
Smash. Oop, gets echoed.
Okay, gets kept. Big echo. Big follow. There's the lockdown.
This is the problem with BKB. Like, even if he had BKB there, he wouldn't have lived. He needs people to sit behind him. And they've actually been doing a really poor job of doing that, as opposed to Void Boys, who's been doing a really good job of doing that. And now they even pick up a gem. They're that confident. They're like 7,500 gold behind, yet they still pick up a gem because they know that the way that they're playing is just simply outplaying Sector V's playstyle right now.
Maybe Sector V just got a bit overconfident with the early start to their game. I mean, it was going splendidly. I feel like at one point it was like, what, 7-1? And then we saw Storm just make these pretty big ambitious jumps. Of course, it was coming with the follow-up of an Ice Blast that here and there has been a bit off the mark. Clockwork, a bit here and there off the mark with his hook shot. So they haven't really been able to.
You know who it is? It's actually the Clockwork that's been really quiet. The Clockwork should be involved in a lot more kills. Like, he should be the one that's tanking the DK stun or like the LSA and like the Rubik lift and all these spells that have been locking down to other teammates. Like, if he goes in first and other people follow up, there's so little chance that they're going to die because they're going to immediately be trying to save the person that Clockwork hook shots on. So he's actually been pretty much too quiet, I would say.
To the credit, though, of Void Boys, they have been sticking together a lot. I mean, you see this trifecta even moving from mid to top. Occasionally, you'll see something like a Snaking a bit out too far. We saw Fly bottom lane almost get caught out, but was not grabbed. But for the most, maybe Clockwork just hasn't been, graced with that opportunity to get a big hook shot catch without running into too much trouble. Maybe being a bit too hesitant. But I agree, it's been a bit quiet. So, gotta find your voice there, buddy. Really step it up. We'll have to see. Maybe a bit of an anticipation now circling around the Roche pit here. There's already a big stack built up for these supports to farm up, it looks like. But it is Van who actually goes into the pit. Sector V will get it started.
So now we see BKBs already come out on the side of Sector V, We have the BKB up on the Storm Spirit. Ember Spirit is, let's see, does he have a second item yet? He has his recipe, so I don't know who's going to get the Aegis. Like, Storm's so much scarier, but he has BKB. I would say still give it to Storm. And then if Ember Spirit dies, that's usually his fault or not his fault.
He's going in for it. Ice Splat's going out for bottom here. Good catch. It's strange. Okay, I was going to say, you're not doing it.
Okay, another gem pickup by Naga Center. This is good too.
So we got gems on each side already. All right, so time to take control of this map. Let's see who looks to do it first. I'd still have to say that Sector B do have a bit more in their arsenal.
Well, now they can just
but
now they can just ulti like Stormball on people with BKB, and there's like no counter. I guess they have. He has a gem.
Yep. All right. Well, here comes Void Boys crowding around this mid lane here. Ooh, a nice little invis room. Gonna be snagged up here. And a bounty. Double rune. Oh yeah. DK's gonna grab that one as well.
Oh, do they know he has a gem? I don't actually know. They're going up this hill.
Oh, Masoka's in trouble. He is doing a stack. His back is turned.
Yeah, but they're, I mean,
okay,
they can all
song
come.
Could help. And there it is. Quick song. And the second Snake King blinks in. So he blinks into the song. Van's going for the backliner, and Shanks looking to take him out at the end of the song. Doesn't get it quite in time. Now Smash shows up, jumps in the stolen song. He's going to get silenced immediately because of those BKBs. They're able to rip apart the Rubik, and now they're looking to clean up more here. Smash looking to go toe-to-toe with DK. DK turning attention, gets the sub onto the Clockwork. Big vacuum from Snake King with the wall, but it might be too late. He gets annihilated. And the rest of Sector V are going to just clean out the rest. Fly, barely able to etch it away. He goes down, and along the bottom, it's just top to bottom here. Shanks actually made it out. He was the first one to get jumped on, but the other four, they're all crumbled.
Super lucky they didn't lose a gem there. But, I mean, that's pretty much what they needed to go along the whole time. It's like, okay, somebody gets jumped, Song of the Siren, turn it around. But at the same time, they had BKB, so that's it. Fight was so much safer than all the other ones.
With that big fight, Sector V just charged down this mid lane. Do they dare go for high ground? It looks like they do. They
Definitely.
got the Aegis, because why not? They start moving in. BKB is still going to be on cooldown here for the Van. And Smash.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Got DK out for 30 seconds. Yeah, they know there's no wall on Darkseer. Lena still has Laguna.
They're spread out for Echo. Look at their positioning. Like, they can't get a two-man Echo.
Shanks is not even looking for it. He's staying back in the fountain. Looks like they might have to just kind of hand over this first set of racks here.
Okay, now they got to start watching out for Echo Slam. All the heroes are respawning right now. That's a big play that they can make right now.
AA Ice Blast is timing at the second they come back maybe and want to walk out from the fountain. They'll connect on the Shanks. He gets bumped back, hit with the cogs, so he can't blink in. The opportunity might be gone at this point, but they still want to stand and fight here. Van looks moving, gets a pullback on the Snake King. Snake King in a bit of trouble. Remember, he does not have the wall yet, so he's looking to retreat and run. Pops his mech, but they are going to be able to bring down whatever. The Rubik will be dropped. Now Sector V look to double back, hoping to kind of take down the secondary racks here, but it's not there yet. Nice big fissure. Will connect on the Smash. Can they lock him down enough? No! See you later! Smash just heads and remnants right back out from the base. He will drop a new remnant down, go back to the fountain, return, and try to finish wave one stone. In the meantime, Snake King and company. Oh, here it comes. Boom! Big Ice Blast. That is going to do so much work. Snake King is going to be soon to crumble here. Fly, thankfully, not connected with that one, but DK is left behind. He will go down. It's a double kill for Strange on the Clockwork, and that will be game number one. It will go to Sector V. Void Boys gets dropped, and we are going to be going into a game number two.
Not a bad game from Void Boys. They really like damage. For some reason, Lena's farm was really low. Snake King also died once really early, which was pretty detrimental because he was only level 2 and you can't really return to the lane at that point. So I think if those two things had gone better for them, then maybe they could have won. Also, DK was surprisingly underfarmed. He was 0 and 4. He had pretty low GPM. So I don't know. I don't know why. I mean, they were 5-manning from like 10-minute onwards, but still they were exceedingly broke.
I mean, will we chalk this up that maybe it just wasn't the best draft that Void Boys could throw together? I mean,
oh, yeah,
they didn't get a lot, so
I
I don't feel like they could have done a lot with it. Yeah. So, and we already knew what we were going to be expecting out of Sector V with their very high mobility, quick pick-off action lineup. It seemed a bit finicky there for a while, but once they secured the Roche, they got that big team fight mid.
Oh God, AA had a scepter at the end.
They took it over. Oof. Yeah. They were just grossly farmed. They got what they wanted, especially in that top lane. So that's how you do it, folks. Sector V are going to be taking game number one. We're going to take a small break, and when we return, we'll be back for game number two of the NYChampionships NA Qualifier matchup of Void Boys and Sector V. I'm Kyle Guy. That's Merlini. We'll see you in just a few moments for game two.
I said a long, long time ago, in a galaxy far away. Gather around, my little comments. I'm gonna tell you about the universe. There's nebulas, black holes, supernovas. So, you better hop on the Enterprise. You better hop on the Enterprise. I said you better hop on the Enterprise. Cavalry by space standing up in his mother father. Shake it to the left, barrel roll to the right. Bring it up above, we gon' boogie all night. Shake it to the left, barrel roll to the right. Barrel roll to the right, bring it up above, we gon' bring it up above. We gon' boogie all night. Gon' boogie all night. Shake it to the left, barrel roll to the right. Barrel roll to the right, bring it up above, we gon' boogie all night. Shake it to the left, barrel roll to the right. Bring it up above. How you gonna be a space cadet? We'll get your asteroid supernova. How you gonna be a space cadet? Get your asteroid supernova. How you gonna be a space cadet? Or get your asteroid supernova. Just who the hell do you So are you gonna be a space cadet? Or get your asteroid supernova? And that's why I think I'd be a perfect candidate for Star Labs.